Nice, quiet finish to Santa's a Scotsman. There you are. I hope Santa, whatever nationality he may be, is as good to you as you would wish him to be and brings you all you want for this Christmas. Don't forget, I'll be back in the new year, 2nd of January. You have a fantastic Christmas, a wonderful new year, and I leave you in the tender but safe hands of Jeremy Vine.
Thank you, Ken, and you. Have a good one. Welcome to Friday afternoon, the 22nd of December, 23rd of December, 22, 12, whatever. We're nearly there. That's the main point. 2 more sleeps. And today, is everyone you know ill? There seems to be so much lurgy around, so many bugs. Are you the last man standing in your family? Then is it okay to shush people in the cinema? Novelist A.J. West makes a habit of doing it. He'll tell us why. Then in the last hour, we think we need a bit of good news, okay? So where better to get it from than you? It is a chance to reflect that not everything went wrong this year, and maybe you had a really beautiful moment which made your 2022. On the 23rd of the 12th.
Listen live on the BBC Sounds app.
So, all of that coming. First, let's go to the newsroom, shall we, and hear the very latest news from Justine Green.
Thanks, Jeremy. Good afternoon. The second strike by ambulance staff in England and Wales, planned for next Wednesday, has been postponed until the 11th of January. The GMB union says it's postponing the walkout so the public will be able to enjoy Christmas without additional anxiety. Separately, the Royal College of Nursing has said its members will walk out again in England, Northern Ireland and Wales on the 18th and 19th of January, unless the government opens negotiations on pay by then. But Rishi Sunak has again rejected the demand.
What I'm trying to do is make the right long-term decisions for the country, for everybody's benefit. And I think we all know that the major economic challenge we all face now is inflation. It's inflation that's eating into everyone's pay packets, it's rising the cost of living. And I want to make sure that we reduce inflation. Part of that is being responsible when it comes to setting public sector pay.
Travellers arriving at major airports in the UK, including Gatwick and Heathrow, have described few disruptions to their journeys despite a strike by Border Force staff. Royal Mail workers are also on the picket lines today and tomorrow. The company says it will deliver some parcels but no letters. The UK Health Security Agency is recommending that people with symptoms of flu stay at home to avoid passing it on to others over Christmas. The latest data shows hospitalisations in England caused by the flu increased by 2/3 last week. A professor of innate immunity at the University of Cambridge, Claire Bryant, says one of the reasons for the advice is a difficult situation in the NHS.
It's always been a risk, but the pressures on our systems are so much greater this year. We've still got people in hospital with COVID. We've got flu on the rise. We've got other infections have all taken off again, the scarlet fever and the strep A. Nobody wants to end up in hospital, but I certainly wouldn't want to end up in the system at the current time.
Tens of millions of people across the United States and Canada are bracing themselves for what could be the coldest Christmas for 30 years in some areas. The US National Weather Service is forecasting it could feel as cold as minus 55 Celsius in places. Thousands of flights have been cancelled. A meteorologist in Denver in Colorado, Chris Bianchi, says the freeze arrived very quickly.
Our temperature centigrade dropped by 37 degrees in just 18 hours. We went from about 6 Celsius down to minus 31, and a lot of the country is seeing this as well. We've got wind chill alerts that are in place for 176 million Americans from places including Florida, New York, and Washington State.
The musician and producer Tom Bell, one of the key architects of the richly orchestrated Philly soul sound, has died at the age of 79. He worked on some of the biggest hits of the 70s, including tracks by the Delphonics, the Stylistics and the Spinners, as well as Elton John's 1979 track Mama Can't Buy You Love. The death has also been announced of George Cohen, a member of England's winning squad at the 1966 Football World Cup. He was 83. Cohen spent his whole career playing with Fulham, making 459 appearances. BBC News, it's 4 minutes past 12.
Thank you very much indeed. The next 2 hours in 4 words. Bugs, shush, good news.
Listen live on the BBC Sounds app.
BBC Radio 2. And the fifth word.